Hey, good morning, everybody. Let me share my screen. Hope you guys can see my screen. And let's start. So, yesterday I sent you guys in the morning analysis, basically all the levels that they also highlighted over here in the dark pool spreadsheet, right? So, for especially for today, I'm looking for 4,235 as a possible top during today. That's not the top of the year. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the top of today. Could be 4,235 because the discrepancy between 4,210 and 4,220 contracts. So I'm looking for a possibility to backtest 4,235. That's totally a possibility. I put over here in the dark pool spreadsheet, when the market starts to see weakness. So if you lose the region that starts 4,198, 4,203, the market start to show weakness. And then 4,200 tends to be the resistance. Okay. The key support is still as Friday. Remember, that the order that I told you guys about 4,160, that was a wrong read by myself. I thought it was a short call, but no, it was a long call. And consequently, I told you guys that I was looking for 4,171. You guys observed that as soon we break 4,171 last Friday, market skyrocket, right? So now 4,171 up to 4,175 supposed to be tend to show weakness to us instead of strength compared with last Friday. Okay, so those are the regions that's important, support. I also put over here in yellow, green, and consequently the last 11 4,125 is a blue. I'm not telling you guys that we supposed to be go up to that. Okay, the important to understand the levels that this market start to show weakness. Okay, so usually today market at least tend to hold at 4,200 because last design that was like this. Of course the design changed a lot. Okay, I will put the gamma design soon in the screen. The design changed a lot. Remember I put over here as a support, current support, but as I posted, supposed to be today, yesterday at 8:55 a.m. If you lose, tend to be resistance. And market start to show weakness at especially 4,171. I also highlighted over here in the graph. So the gamma exposure is above uh, sorry, $500 million. It's a good time, to see a pullback, to make us collect the money. Anyway, again, sorry guys, the liquidity is being drained, but they add to 3% basically because the GIX jump. They keep suppressing volatility because the GX also jump. Both walk in the same way. So market tends, to be, how can I say it? With a lower volatility, and today especially the movement is supposed to be really tight, less than 100%, because the structure tends to be less than 100%. So to move the market, they need at least like $7 billion to move 1%. So the future is already show us a market up to 0.60 something percent. So maybe that's what you see today, right? A variation from the closer price up to 0.6 something, 7.75%. That's what I'm looking for, because that I told you guys my target for today is for 4,235. Remember, lower liquidity, but GX jumped 3% with higher GX, so books prepared money is needed to move the market. According, Friday close, the Delta suggests a gap up at least 0.17% gap up. Okay, so that's per structure where you have more negative deltas when the deltas start to spike in the put call and where the deltas start to spike in a call contract. Okay, 4,218, start to spike the calls delta that could tend to bring market up to 4,235, and below 4,206, tend to market spike put deltas and tend us to backtest at least those regions over here, 4,198, 4,203. So 4,185, 4,180, you'll be the key, the key support before 4,171. Okay, usually this region between 4,180, 4,185 now supposed to be hold the market, especially we have 70% deltas. We need a huge spike to backtest 4,107. Okay, so the same pattern as yesterday, same region, but instead of 4,171 will be the resistance, now will be the support and show weakness. On Friday was the resistance, show strength. Remember that we are in a positive gamma. So what's happening in a positive gamma? Now they sell strength by weakness, right? Totally different than negative gamma. And usually they sell futures, to underlie the cash index. They usually play arbitrage. As you see, as you can compare how was the gamma structure compared with before. Let me put back in the screen. Look how different right now. Before we didn't have any gamma call wall in the region above 4,220 up to 4,130. So today the 0 to DT shows a huge, gamma exposure, gamma wall, call wall at 4,230. That's the region that tends to hold further rallies. You'll be the top. Could you be break as well? As you guys saw on Friday, especially, we break 4,200 and we close at 4,205. And in the middle of the day, we start to look for 4,210. Remember? Consequently, I'm looking for 4,235. Not the top of the year, please. I'm looking for the top of the intraday, as I just explained regarding the book, the discrepancy between 4,210 contracts and 4,220 contracts. Okay, and because consequently I'm looking for 4,235 as a possible top today. Okay, observe the colors that I put in the option book. The transition, I posted this yesterday, right? I put the transition is 4,150. And you guys, if you check, Gamma Edge, our orders, they already update the Gamma, according to the book. I provide you guys, all the Gamma structure before, the book will be prepared. So, transition, 4,150. What I mean transition? Flip-flop Gammas from positive to negative. Okay? And 4,125. That's the key support, as you guys know, since last week. Okay, now let me put, to preview the future. That's totally difficult, right? I'm still seeing people that being acceptive, but I'm still seeing people that's being acceptive, but they didn't bought the bottom. They supposed to be liquidated. Everywhere, the markets go up to there and now you buy, and their market went up to 4,000 whatever 120, and a lot of people bought much higher than 4,120. This is happening all the time. Okay, so the important, is try to understand the movement and why. Highlighted. Friday was a wrong read in the morning call, and I'm very humble to present and to tell you guys that I made a wrong read. But the levels, I always highlight, that's the important thing. All the levels play very well on Friday. Okay? And for today, same thing. Important is the level. So save the level. Start to see weakness between 4,198 4,203. Losing the region, we could backtest 4,180 4,185. Okay? Losing 4,008 4,185, we could backtest 4,170 region. If you backtest 4,000 region, we have gas to backtest 4,161. I put this yesterday at 8:55 a.m. So this is the downtrend levels. Okay, so where the support are, losing each support, where you could go. Doing the discrepancy between the contracts, I'm still looking for 4,235. And as you guys see, I just show you guys also again, let me show you guys again. They build a gamma wall at 4,230, positive gamma, now almost 1 billion. So that's a good amount to see like a squeeze now for the downsides, to see a pullback. On Friday was 600 millions, now jump more, almost, jump 300 millions. So that's a good amount that you start to see a downtrend. Look how intense it was. Now, Gamma Flip at 4,150. They just update this. I put you guys yesterday, before the update, where the transition was. So, important is to read the book and try to understand the levels. That's the goal. My read could be wrong when you check order by order. Sometimes difficult to identify if it was a buy and I sell. And then I try to look for the price action. That's what I miss. Because 4,106 on Friday devaluate almost 3% after the closing bell. Because that I thought was a sell and not a buy. Especially was a $1.2 million premium. You guys remember that, right? Important is the levels. Market still in trend. Market is now running without liquidity because dealers are removing liquidity. So huge movements happen when we don't have liquidity. Why? Because the door getting tight to leave or to enter. If you want to enter, you pay higher. If you want to leave, you sell lower. Okay? Lower liquidity. Now back to be bullish because it's above 44%, but it's really low. You guys have been monitoring this, and the DIX have been print above 50% since December, right? For the first time in the year, we start to see on Friday below 44 and now very close from 44%. Okay? Lower liquidity. They drain liquidity. Door is tight. Movement. Usually you see huge movements up or down, depending what they decide to do. Okay? Remember, today, higher GX. I'm not expecting a huge movement because the higher GX. On Friday, both walk in the same direction. On Friday, they both drop. So they clean the book a little bit because they almost remove $1 billion from gamma exposure, and they put the DX above 44%. We saw like a huge movement close above 4,205. That's the movement that let me call healthy. Let me call healthy because they clean walls, pull back, flip to negative gamma, and then market's ready to go up. Okay, that's the movement that you have been seeing constantly this year. The big problem in the market is the bias. both sides. You know, bulls, you know, win victory when markets go to their direction. Bears call victory when markets go to their direction also. And at least, you know, market is, if you compare in a monthly, weekly, and year graph, market is still sideways. But we have good opportunities, right? Everybody needs to agree, especially in tech environments. Real economy is not walking as people expect. So let me put, you know, the some Fibonacci levels. You can draw Fibonacci, you know, how in many times, in many different ways. You know, some people just know the basic ways. Some people use the retrocent this style to try to project how can I say, waves, Elliott waves. They used to use the trend based Fibonacci extension. Some people use only the, you know, the basic one, the Fibonacci retrocent, you know, try to project the market. Okay. I use, you know, a very different way that some people that know me for a long time know the difference, that how I try to project bottoms and tops, and how, you know, I look for Fibonacci regions. If you try to project a bottom, you know, since we started downtrend back 2020, no, the bottom so far at 3,400 was my 61.8%, and the projection goes up to 2,681. This is just a projection. I'm not telling that market go up to 2,681. Okay, this is only a projection using a tool. Okay, using a tool. If you try to make a projection regarding Elliott waves, put the bottom in 2020, put 100% and look for 38.2, you guys, you see the bottom supposed to be very close from this region as well, and the top will be something around 5,600. Okay, that's just a way to use Fibonacci. So basically, you know, a Fibonacci start, you know, put the 100% at 4,118 and the downtrend as a zero at 3,400, you guys will realize the 61.8% will match with my downtrend project. So we have a 61.8 that match with my 23.6% downtrend project at 4,309. Is between 4,309 and 4,312. A lot of people is looking for this target. The another level of Fibonacci, if you break 4,300 level, is 4,531. Usually this is, I use a level that's a secret, you know, that I use a secret level over here, that, you know, when we are in the downtrend, will be the major resistance. And the major resistance, according, you know, my downtrend project is 4,531. I'm not also telling you guys that to go up to there. I'm not a person that I can predict the future. How others that, you know, look for liquidity, others that also project using Fibonacci, also that others that look for fractal, that try to predict futures, right? They post, you know, their analysis based on what they learn as a projection. I mean, regarding what they learn. Okay. Now, so far I'm not looking for those regions, because, you know, so far the structures show us 4,235 maximum, with a gamma wall at 4,230. Market still in uptrend, yes. The monthly graph show us a hammer, is a candle that needs a confirmation. So that's difficult to predict the future when we don't have, you know, a bullish or a bearish candle. We have so far is like an indefinite, you know, candle that's a hammer that need a confirmation. But regarding other patterns, the graph nowadays is bullish. Why? Break the middle line of the Boolean band, the EMAs in the monthly graph, in the all times are point north. The graphic is bullish. We cannot go against at least about the graph. The graphic is bullish. Okay, we have a resistance, the blue line, and we have so far a support that's a uptrend line in green. Okay, so if you check the indicators, ADX is bullish, MACD is moving to a bullish line, and tricks that's a little bit slow show us like a consolidation. It's not too much bullish at all in the daily graph. In the monthly graph, the tricks is already bearish. That's a bearish divergence. That's totally normal. We came from 4,800 up to 3,400. Okay, especially in a monthly graph. So we have bearish divergence, in the lower time frame, for example, monthly graph, but in a faster time frame, it's a daily, intraday, you have a bullish setup. Okay, so regarding the project that I told you guys, I'm not telling that you go over there. We evaluate little by little. First big resistance 4,309. Okay, break 4,531. We already suggest to close above the middle line of the Boolean band. So that's not a bearish at all. Okay. The DXY, that's that you need to looking for to also to make more comfortable about buy or sell. The DXY is still in trend. I'm also still looking for people trying to guess levels about DXY, especially when we have only big players playing that, especially central banks that run swap. Doesn't matter when, we don't know when they start to decide to run swap, market, the DXY tends to go down, and also is influenced by other forex, other fiats, as euro, as the Japanese currency, and etc. So this is like a basket of fiat money. So anyway, usually when you see guys predicting DXY movement using equity, design as a supply and demand, go away from those persons. Okay, go away from those persons. This doesn't make any sense, especially when we have a central bank acting according to what they saw in their screen